Yeah, I think patterns resurface. Like I think that's all it is. Things are just repeating. So right now we're in a phase where people aren't going to church and aren't going into occult stuff, and then you have people taking advantage of them there. Like wherever, like there's always a weapon maker and there's always a weapon. Like it doesn't really it as long as there is a suggestion, there'll be a direction for people to go in. And so I think right now we're just kind of going through a I think we're going through a resurfacing of like magic and occult studies and all this kind of stuff. And there are people taking advantage of that, and they're always going to take advantage of that. And if it
Yeah.
wasn't tarot, it would be with the Bible.
And
Or
we always fought against, there's always been a fight against the church. People got sick of that shit, and they went their own way.
well, that remember the church was always sort of a form of government.
Yeah,
Like when we look into human history, the church was government.
it was the government.
So
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, like people were appointed by God and then they would lead people. So you always had that resistance there or support, because when you talk about church, you're talking about government.
They was real slick. No, I can't say it's like, I'll just say how I always say it. It was mastery. But it was already, like I said, those we call they, and how they did it, it was supposed to be like that. That was their demonstration of the creator, of the creative forces, because the creative forces is all things. So even the thing that we call resistance and restriction is just another energy demonstration. So these churches, and it's just, we know it's a power of control. Like you said, these people were governments. So with the whole way we seeing it, because now we have access to globally see things immediately. It doesn't take years and years and years for certain information to make its circumference around the globe. It would take a long time for certain type of experiences that one people or one tribe is experiencing here to make its way known, unless you were traveling on trading routes, and that's how information got around the globe. But now we got technology sending out information in real fucking time all over the planet now. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes
Yeah.
to the control, like of church, they lost their stronghold, because the information don't have gatekeepers like it used to. The church is not in control of disseminating information. Once we came into this, how we are right now with technology, there ain't no gatekeeper in information. You can get anything you want and
I
more.
would I would say that the church just changed its name to Instagram or Twitter or Snapchat. Always
I can go with
monitoring.
that. Those are ministries. I can go with that. You're right. You're right. Because they always got to have their hand in the pot because they gangster.
And we're always going to church. We're always going to Instagram or Twitter or Facebook. Like when people say, "Oh, look at that ass," they're probably looking at someone's Instagram or at someone's right. Like they're constantly we're paying our we're paying our visit to the church.
What did church do once the pandemic hit? They ran straight to social media and held internet churches now. So it's all good. See, that's why we got to study and we keep aware, so we can kind of, as you said, put these patterns together and put the pieces to the puzzle. So one, we can be, like I said, a service and dispel falsehood. But like, yo, it ain't no conspiracy theory. All you gotta do is see how the plan mapped out. Like, nigga, this is the fucking blueprint that they used. But they can't stop how early in the day, well, not early in the day, but in the 1300s and Even to be a mathematician was considered magic, and you would be killed for that shit. The church was not fucking with math. But now they can't rule like that. So all sorts of information, magic, grimoires, stories of the church, stories of magicians, we have access to all of that shit, and nobody can stop it. It's too late. So if you gather amongst yourself with the right people and study the proper information, that right there is how you develop you develop a newer construct or a new framework that people can use and imitate. What is it called in NLP? What is it called in NLP when you develop I know it's modeling, that's the word.
Initiated, not, but well, NLP took it to the extreme, but you know, I love finding the root of things. If I had to be like everyone who loves astrology, then I'd have to say, well, that's due to my Mula ascendant. But I like finding the root of different things. And I found that NLP, that especially the modeling aspect comes from a very certain source who may have also started hypnotherapy. But that's the truth. If you want to learn something quickly, the easiest way to do it is to model someone who's doing it successfully. So much time would be saved.